This lesson is on P2a, so we're starting a new section. Okay, here we have an example. Find an equation of the line passes through this point, the first point, -2, -2, and the slope 2. Okay, and slope is always with the letter M, and this is by default. Okay, now with point, make sure it is X first and then Y. Okay, do not say Y first and then X. X first and then Y. And the reason is the letter alphabet. Okay, the order of alphabet. X first and then Y. Again, slope is always the letter M, and this is by default. Okay, there are two options to find the line. There are two options to find the line that pass through this point using this slope. Okay, so we'll do the first option. The first option is called slope intercept form. Okay, now all you have to do is just plug in the X and the Y. Okay, so here we go. You will plug in your Y. So here's my Y. So here's my Y. You will plug in the Y. Here's my M. You will plug in my M. Okay, and here's my X. You will plug in the X. Okay, so plug in the Y, plug in the M, plug in the X. Your job is to find the letter B. Okay, find the letter B. So this is simple order of operation. 2 times -2 is -4, plus 4 both sides, and then B is 2. Okay, now once you're done, you will only replace the letter B and the letter M. One more time. If you use option 1, you will only replace B and M. Okay, so one more time. If you use option 1, which is called slope intercept form, you will substitute the M and the B only. Okay, now it's coincident here that B and M all the same number. It will never be the same number. Okay, not all the time, so be very, very careful of that. So that is option 1. Now option 2 is called point slope form. You have Y minus Y1 equal M X minus X1. Okay, now all you have to do is same thing, just like option 1, you just plug it in. Okay, so here is Y1, so Y1 again, here's Y right here. Y is -2, so -2. Now why is this in parentheses? Is because the formula already have another negative. So make sure when you have two negatives, you put in parentheses. Here's my M, which is 2, which I have up here, right here. Slope is 2, okay? And my X right here, this X right here is this guy, okay? So be very careful where to plug it in, okay? And this is order of operations. Negative and negative gives me +2. Negative and negative gives me +2. Now get rid of the parentheses by distribute. 2 times X is 2X. 2 times 2 gives me 4. Okay. Next, subtract the 2 on the left side over. So that gives me 2. Okay. Now as you can see, option 1 and option 2 both form will give you the same answer. Okay. So be very careful. So one more time, option 1 and option 2 will give you the same answer. However, we tend to use option 2 more, and the reason is because we don't have to, and the reason is because it's much easier. Okay, now in this case, what you see here, it's easy, and that's because there's no fractions. Okay, some of us have trouble with fractions, so option 1 seems to be a little bit more difficult. But with option 2, even if you have a fraction, it is still easy. Okay, so again, most of the time we prefer to use option 2. Okay, so that is the homework for P2a.